So we all have tools like this. And while they are wonderful tools, and Mrs. DIY and I use them a lot, the problem, as you see, is they take a lot of space when they're not in use.
They sure do. And we have more than just this.
Right, this is just a very small percentage. So we struggle on how to store them without, I mean, you see 4 tools and they take all this space. This is a lot of real estate. So we struggle on how to do this. So stick around with us today. We're going to show you a neat way, an inexpensive way to store tools like that, circular saws and jigsaws, or any other protruding kind of tool, while using the minimal possible space. So today, using just 4 1x3s, not quite 4 actually, right? 3.5.
Yeah.
We build this garage organization that can go almost in any nook and cranny in your garage.
Yep. It's almost like a ladder, but it's a ladder for tools.
And very specific tools. Arguably, this is one of the hardest corners to do anything with in your garage.
Yes.
And for us, usually ends up collecting junk.
Yes.
So wouldn't it be cool if we can make this a useful place of our garage?
Agreed.
Stick around. You're still our favorite viewer, and this is going to be what we're doing today. So our materials for today will be a couple of 3x2s.
1x3.
1x3, sorry, yeah, 3x2s. It will be cheap lumber, how about that?
Yeah, that's right.
This is very inexpensive, around $3 where we live. Might be cheaper or more expensive where you live. So for us, it will be less than $12 for what we're going to build. So just with 1x3 boards, 4 of them, and we didn't use all of them, a little bit of time, we transformed this literally useless corner from most places into a very useful storage area. So we looked at our collection of tools we want to organize, and we figure out that our widest one is this all Ryobi. So we're going to make a tick mark that will allow us a little more space so we can take it in and out. And that will be the width of our shelf. I don't know what to call it. But that will be our width. Huh?
Rack.
Rack. That will be our rack width.
So we're trying to make sure that our piece of wood is square here, and it really isn't.
Yeah, the factory edge is not square, which is not uncommon.
Yeah, so we're going to square that before we start cutting.
Now we're going to just square it. Take the smallest amount possible just to have a square cut. And the next step is we're going to go to our marks. Again, the marks are an approximation, right? You don't have to be exact. But once you cut this piece, all the rest of your pieces will be cut based on this. So we're going to use that first piece as the measurement. And we're going to cut this whole board that dimension. Using the first board as a measuring stick prevents compounding errors and ensures that the width will be identical for all pieces. Now a trick here is use the first board always, right? So if you make a mistake, it doesn't accumulate or multiply. What is the correct word here? Because if, let's say, our second board is a little longer and we use our second board, it's going to make every board longer.
Right.
Did we get lucky or not?
One piece of scrap that won't work.
Wow, very, very little.
So we got 6 pieces out of the board and one little extra one that's too short to use. So these are going to be shelves.
Correct.
Top, bottom, and middle.
We're looking and see which are the 2 straighter ones from the 3 ones we have left, and we're going to use those 2 for the sides.
Sometimes when you buy this type of cheap lumber, you find additions that you didn't expect
Extra hardware.
or pay for that you have to remove in order to use the piece for what you bought it for. Oh, this one was fraught with, look at that, huge staples, not just to hold a tag on. Those are big.
Yeah, they are big. So now we start assembling. We're going to make pilot hose. Is it forward or reverse? No, don't do that yet. Let's put the screw. You can put them more. That's okay.
Burn my finger.
Okay.
No.
So hopefully, but now we moved it, so we'll make it go through and then align it. No, you don't know if we're aligned now. So. Okay, so you see the hole now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we split the wood, which means that our drill bit was too small, too little, right? So we changed drill bits off camera. So as you see, even when we do have the real thing, we don't necessarily use it. Sorry, I know that's in your way, but I'm trying not to. Move the thing. If you look closely, you see that I just moved the board, so I messed up a little bit here, but that's okay. Do not be afraid of mistake.
And back to the other side.
Actually, I might need you to hold that so you. We have one, either the top or the bottom, we haven't decided yet, set. And now we're going to actually use the correct tool and move it away so we can do the other side.
Move it away from our holder on
Yes.
the garage door? Okay.
So here is the absolute frame of the thing. We have not attached this side yet, but we're going to do that off camera because the Pete abandoned us today, so there are the two of us. It's hard to record and do things at the same time.
A little bit.
So while we did not show it in the beginning, the airstrike also takes a lot of space. It's a big tool and takes a lot of space to store. So we decided we're going to store it in this contraption as well.
Yep.
Like the contraption?
Yeah.
So we need to know how much height we need.
Right.
And now we're going to use the airstrike itself to tell us where to put the next shelf. Leave a little space so you can take it in and out, right?
Right.
And then on this one, we need to use a square to make sure that we are square.
Right. And got plenty of room there and still plenty of room to put all the other tools that we wanted to store.
So we're going to do this, and we're going to do this throughout. We're going to be moving it along,
Yep. All along the chain to the bottom.
adjusting as we need. So we decided to use our favorite little Harbor Freight clamps. We're not sponsored from Harbor Freight, but these clamps we take out, I would say, quite frequently. Don't you think, Mrs.
Yes,
DIY?
they were an extremely good bargain and very, very useful. We made a lot of furniture pieces with these.
Now, this is not furniture. It doesn't have to be perfect,
No.
but it has to be good enough, right?
Good enough.
Mediocrities. And as you can see, this is just a straightforward, and it really helps, I think, keep things to a 40 degree.
45?
45
90?
45 is even
this
better,
is
yeah.
actually 90.
Right.
45 would be in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. The reason I was showing you this is because in the last thing we did off camera, Mrs. DIY was able to hit, I think, a pocket of sap or something, and the thing was smoking like you wouldn't believe. But of course, we were off camera.
Of course.
So we're spending a little effort making as sure as we can that this is going to be square. Again, this is not furniture, it is a shop shelf. Is that what we're going to call it?
Oh yeah.
Shop
it's a
organization shelf?
shop storage shelf, yeah.
But it is a good idea to be as square as you can. With our first shelf set, let's make sure we didn't move it while assembling and our tool can still fit. And lo and behold, it can still fit.
Oh yeah.
And you know what, no, because we won't always have batteries. I can put a little block here to keep it, but it's better to store it without the battery anyway.
In
so
which case, we
we're
wouldn't
too
have needed
short.
to make it so tall, but that's okay.
That's all right. So here's our next tool, and that's part of why we designed it this way, because as you can see, we can store it with the blade attached, which is a benefit, because the foot now rests comfortably here, and it will not cut us. Everything is great. So the next step is to set our next shelf.
Right. So we've got this next one and give it a little room and make sure that we can get it in and out. But especially because part of the tool is off, we don't need as much space.
And we got lucky then, because since the other tool will be a little
Right.
lower, No, we designed it that way. I don't know why I said luck. I meant brilliant design. That's what
it.
I meant. So we're going to repeat this process all the way to the top, and you already can start seeing how efficient a storing space this is, right?
Yep.
For space that otherwise wouldn't be used at all.
Yep.
Especially when we show you where we're putting this. It is the least used space in a garage, I think. A quick tip here, when you use clamps like that, do not close them completely or open them more than you need. So when you go to your next clamping assignment, it is easy and fast to attach. Because if there is a limitation of these clamps, is that they're the screw type, which takes a long time to change
Manual
dimension.
adjustment.
But since all these are the same dimension, it's nice and straightforward.
So one of the things that we decided to do, kind of ad hoc, we do that as we're building.
Yes.
We have new ideas. So because this shelf here is going to be storing tools, we thought we would also use this opportunity to store a few more of our things like fasteners in the middle, and not high. This is going to be, at a level that is not too high for us to reach. And then we'll continue on with the tools that we use less often.
A small tip. When you're drilling, make sure that any objects that might be in your way are cleared. In this case was the handle of the little clamp, but can be anything. Another tool, all kinds of things. Fan off.
So when you are going to use tools, depending on how you have to stand and approach your piece, you want to make sure, again, that things are not in your way. So the great thing with this is you can use any corner. So I'm going to move this to this way and clamp it so that I have easy access with my right hand. And
I can store that tool there, right?
Yep.
Obnoxiocrates.
Okay, we're ready to work on putting our jigsaw in place, and we have kind of put it in situ, in the situation, in the arrangement that it will be on the shelf. But we need to make a hole for the blade because it's kind of a pain to take the blades on and off all the time. So we're going to make a hole for the blade, and we have put a mark about where it's going to touch the wood. So we're going to make an initial drill hole, just to get us started with a bigger drill bit, because the big ones tend to walk on your wood and don't like to stay where you put them. So now we're ready.
I'm not sure that they will not walk.
Yeah, but we're ready for the bigger gun. There we go.
And if we did it right,
Hopefully, the
yep,
blade will slide right in.
perfect.
Yep. And put that
This is
in
a
there.
very long blade, it's not normal, but even
Yeah.
with the blade there, we can still put the other tool.
Yeah. Perfect.
Because it is not in the middle of anything.
So we're going to put the next shelf on. We want to make sure that our tool can go in and out. We wouldn't want to put the blade all the way through the hole and make it too narrow. We wouldn't be able to get it out. So this has to come all the way up so that the blade has clearance.
And for me, that's the longest blade I have, so you need to use the longest blade you use.
Yep, and then also for your hands to get in and grab the top so you don't drop your tool. So that looks good to me.
Excellent. So Mrs. DIY, was that an easy project, a hard project?
It was pretty easy, I think. You know, all straight cuts, easy fasteners, nothing too complex, and this is very personalized to the needs that we have for the things we want to put on these shelves.
Yes, and when we put it where we want to put it, it will look amazing, I think. We haven't done it yet.
Right.
So we are attaching it to the wall just for extra safety. Extra safety is always good, right?
Yep.
And we're using our, what do you call it, angled driver, because we don't have a lot of space there, as you can see. When you do that, make sure you find a stud in your wall, or use a approved anchor for drywall. In our case, we're working on a stud. So we need to do a very small modification because one of our tools is actually very heavy towards the outside, and it likes to tilt and we don't want it to fall. So we're going to add a small piece to make the platform just slightly larger.
Yep.
And secure it. So we're preparing our little extension. And we made 2 through holes. Now we're going to take it up to where we need to attach it. We're going to use the same drill bit to make the holes, the starting holes to the piece that we're going to. And then we're going to put some glue and attach it. So between our marks, we have our extension piece.
Mark it set.
All the way in. Hopefully the small modification will make the system work, right?
Yep. Perfecto.
Well, we'll see if it is perfecto when we put the machine on, right?
Yep.
Yep.
There we go. Perfect.
So here it is placed on the corner we're going to keep it. And the next step will be to fill it up.
So here is our finished shelf unit for the corner of the garage behind the garage door rail. And we've put quite a lot of things on there. We still have some space up at the top once we decide what goes up there. Obviously, it'll be things that we don't use very often, but we do have a lot of storage space. And this was a great use of this corner. Yep.
If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by using the thumbs up. Leave us a comment. Let us know, do you like episodes like that? So we're going to do
I
more
like
for
this
you.
so much, I will
From
be
Professor
another one
DIY,
for the
Mrs.
other
DIY,
side.
let's build something fun together.